Happy New Year, everybody! Oversoul here with my first update video for 2025. Just wanted to let you all know what to expect moving forward. So first things first, I feel like out of the different things I tried with my top 10 contest this year, people responded most positively to the crossword style riddles that I did for hints. So moving forward, from now on, all of my top 10, guess my top 10 games of the year contests moving forward will have the same new set of rules that I set this year. So that's going to be the case moving forward with the tier-based winning system and the 15 nominees instead of 20. But also, all the hints moving forward are going to be in that crossword-style riddle format because I really enjoyed doing that and people really enjoyed sitting there trying to figure it out like a puzzle. So I think that's better. I think that's more fun, more interactive, makes you use your brain a bit. And yeah, so that's going to be the format we use moving forward for that because it worked. Just seeing the stats on my end, people seem to respond to that better than any of the other hints I put. So that's what we're going to do moving forward. On the note of Let's Plays, I know I did a video, not last year at some point, talking about how I'm going to eventually retire the Let's Plays, phase them out, and kind of focus on more media literacy ventures like the podcast and stuff. That's still mostly true. I'm not exactly backpedaling on that, but two of the biggest contributors actually was, one, editing the podcast takes a lot out of me. It may not seem like it's a lot of effort to sit there at a computer desk and click things and move stuff around, but the tedium behind the editing process sometimes can be very mentally exhausting, and it's still a time sink because you just lived through recording that whole podcast, but now you have to live through it again as you sit there and listen to everything that just happened as you edit it as you go, and cutting out dead air and parts that don't need to be there and throwing in the transitions, and it's work. And editing Let's Plays is also work for those very same reasons. Transitions and editing out dead air and stuff that doesn't need to be there, and doing funny face zooms with goofy faces, and stuff like that. So, I have decided that the editing is probably the biggest part that really gets to me the most. So there's two factors here. One, the editing is a huge time sink, and usually when it comes, that's the reason that it took me so long to get episodes of Still Wakes the Deep out after I finished it, because the editing just felt intimidating. I just didn't want to do it. I got to the point where I was like, ugh, I still have to edit that. Why can't I just record something and it just magically stitch itself together and then I upload it? Why do I have to edit it? Why can't I just go from record to upload? And then it struck me, wait, I can just go straight from record to upload. That's how I do most of my replays. Because, for those of you who haven't been here for a while, my Let's Plays are the games that I haven't played before, and so all my reactions in it are, it's a blind playthrough. They're all fresh reactions, and there was usually face cam and editing. And my replays were games that I have played before, but I'm replaying them and kind of explaining them to the people I'm playing, or them for, explaining them to the audience. Lore-based kind of thing. And those were never edited, rarely edited, just kind of uploaded straight as is. So, what's going to happen now, because of the editing, and also because my laptop is kicking the bucket? That's the other big thing. If you watch my Let's Play of Still Wakes the Deep, you may notice that sometimes my face cam will do weird glitchy shit. It'll start to lag, and then my audio will be out of sync for a minute, and then it'll sync back up later and stuff like that. That's because I was having trouble with my laptop being able to handle the face cam recordings, That laptop's getting ready to kick the bucket. Like, it's in bad shape. Like, I can't, the keys on it don't even work anymore. I have to plug in an external keyboard to get the keys to work. But that laptop's like 10 years old. They're not even supposed to last that long. You know, I just need a new one, period. But I ain't got the money for all that right now. So, it is what it is. So the laptop can't handle recording face cam anymore. It can barely handle recording audio. And so that mixed with the fact that I'm just burnt out on the editing process for the most part means that I'm not retiring the Let's Plays yet. The Let's Plays are still coming, but starting this year, moving forward, every single Let's Play, whether it be a replay or a fresh Let's Play, is going to be without face cam, and it's going to be recorded like a replay, mostly. Any Let's Play that I record on the PS5 is going to be recorded directly on the PS5, and I'm going to use my headset microphone like I do in my replays on those videos. So whether it's a replay or a fresh Let's Play, if it's on the PS5, it's being recorded directly on the system and uploaded straight to YouTube from the system itself. No editing, no nothing. Now, if I really need to, if I really need to cut some stuff out, there is a program on the PS5 called Share Factory that lets you edit videos up to an hour, and then upload them from there. So it is possible, and I've actually done that before. In fact, the video I did for Alan Wake 2, when I did the video that covered all of the final draft content in Alan Wake 2, that was actually all recorded and edited on the PS5 itself. I recorded all of those clips separately, and then I stitched them together on the PS5 Share Factory app, and then uploaded that. So it is possible, if I want to do it that way. But I wouldn't, like, say, edit a reactions and highlights or a music video on there, for example. So that's how it'll be. Now, I can't do that on the Xbox. I can record straight off the Xbox. They finally fixed it, by the way. They finally fixed the Xbox recording problems, so you can record directly to a flash drive on the Xbox with no problems anymore. It hasn't broken. I don't know what they did, but they did an update patch where they silently fixed it. They don't even mention it in the patch notes, but I went online and people are like, oh, it's fixed now, it's fixed. You know, like the handful of us that were having this problem. And sure enough, I've recorded so many different gameplay footages since then. You know, I went back and replayed the entirety of Dragon Age Origins and 2 and recorded the footage for my alternate channel. And yeah, no problems. So I can safely say that I can start recording shit on the Xbox again. And with Game Pass, that's good. But also, Quantum Break. For those of you who have been watching my Remedyverse playthroughs, Alan Wake, Control, and all of its related content, Quantum Break is a part of that. And we're finally going to get around to it this year. I'm finally going to play Quantum Break for you so you can see it. However, if you are one of those people, I highly recommend finishing watching the Alan Wake 2 DLC. That would be the Night Springs DLC and the Lake House DLC, both, before moving forward, because they are very important to the overall Remedy universe. So make sure you prioritize watching those if you're into that series, because you do not want to miss the implications that those DLCs have for the greater multiverse overall. Especially the Lake House one, which seems to be the Lake House one ties into Control quite a bit. So if you're looking for some updates on that, yeah. What else? Yeah, so the Xbox, the thing is, though, with the Xbox, though, I can't record my voice onto the audio and upload it directly. I still have to edit that, you know. I still have to, and anything that I can't record directly on the PS5, like the Danganronpa games, well, Ultra Despair Girl specifically has weird copyright issues, so you can't use the PS5's record feature for it, but I do have my external recording device that I used for that one. So when I have to use my recording device, or when I have to use the Xbox, I'm still going to have to record my voice separately and layer it over the video in editing. But that doesn't mean that I necessarily need to go through and edit everything. It just means I need to slap the audio on there and hit the render button and be done with it. So it's still easier than what I've been going through, because a lot of my editing energy is going to be put into the podcast now. That's where most of that's going to go. Um, so, but the Let's Plays aren't being phased out entirely quite yet. In fact, not anytime soon. When the Let's Plays do finally get phased out, because it's going to have to happen eventually, let's be honest here, it's, even if it wasn't for my own personal reasons, it's just one of those things where, like, all good things must come to an end eventually. You know what I mean? Like, nothing lasts forever. So, but it's going to be a minute. It's not anytime soon. You still got like another year, maybe 2 years or so. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to get through the whole goddamn Danganronpa franchise. And that's also kind of dependent on, there's, two people in particular that I kind of am doing that franchise for, that I want them to be caught up on the most recent game before I move on to the next one. You know what I mean? That way it's not overwhelming with the amount of stuff. So there's that. But, reactions and highlights. The final 2 episodes of that will come out this year. I'm going to do episode 29, which will be a normal reactions and highlights episode with funny moments from the most recent content on the channel since the last one. But also, there will be a reactions and highlights 30, and that one is going to be the big, grand, super spectacular finale of that series. And reactions and highlights 30, what that's going to be is it's going to be a live premiere that is going to contain all of the best moments from every single previous reactions and highlights episode, all the way from 1 through 29, every last one of them. So yes, that does mean strength in numbers and the Dillion are coming back, at least for one night. So, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Get your tickets now! Don't want to miss it. Anyways, though, yeah, but that will be a thing, and we'll talk more about that when it gets closer, but the grand finale of reactions and highlights will be a big, huge highlight reel, that is a highlight of all the best highlights. I might actually throw a few new clips in there, too, just to keep things interesting, just so it's not exclusively all shit you've already seen. There'll be some fresh stuff thrown in there too, but it'll mostly be just a huge celebration of the last, Jesus Christ, how long has it been? Almost 10 years since we started this, because Soma was 2015, so yeah, it'll be 10 years this year. So yeah, so it'll be a huge celebration of the past 10 years. Consider reactions and highlights 30 actually to be the 10-year anniversary celebration of this channel. That's what it's going to be. So, look forward to that, as it'll be not only the series finale, but the big celebration of me doing this for 10 fucking years. So, yeah. There's that. I think I had something else, but I can't remember what it was now. It escapes me. Like a dream that was really good, and you want to remember it as soon as you wake up, and then, but like 5 seconds later, it's like, oh no, it's gone. I don't remember it anymore. So, fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, now I remember. On the note of the podcast, so season 3 of the podcast is going to start this year, and Nick and I are going to be joined by another cast member. We're getting a permanent third host for the podcast. It's Brooksy, who was one of the guests in our post-Game Awards episode. So he's a very enthusiastic and media literate individual, and we're excited to have him on the show. We think it's going to help quite a lot with a lot of things, both in terms of keeping things more formatted and streamlined, and keeping the discussions more esoteric in general. So that's going to be fun, and we're looking forward to that. So that's going to be a thing too. The podcast is going through some significant changes. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had. Oh, no, it's not. There is one more thing. So First of all, I know I've said this before, and this might be crazy coming from someone who's burnt out by the editing, but there are some editing things I like doing, some small projects here and there. You know, like the music videos, which I haven't done one of those in a while, and I haven't really, I haven't got the spark to do it though. You know, nothing has really jumped out to me like, ooh, this is music video worthy in a while. So, I guess maybe at some point. But it's not just that though. There is one more thing. What was it? Oh, I am want to do more top 10 lists besides just my top 10 games of the year. Now, they wouldn't all be contests, obviously. I'm not made of money. But I want to do things like, you know, Oversoul's top 10 horror games of all time, Oversoul's top 10 PlayStation games, Oversoul's top 10 RPGs, you know, stuff like that. I want to do some of those lists eventually. I'm looking, because I just really enjoy doing those. And they would still be in the same format as before. Hey, will you knock it off? Cats don't know how to behave when you're trying to do a vlog. I see you over there. You be good. All right, then. Where was I? Sorry for that rude interruption. Feline frenzy? Matter of fact, come here, you. Somebody likes to cause problems, don't you? Yes, you're a sweetheart. You are. You're a sweetheart, but you are so full of mischief with the other cats. Okay. Anyways, last thing is this. I'm introducing a new series this year called Let's Long Plays. Now, this may sound to you like I'm planning on doing longer episodes of my Let's Plays, and you're like, Jesus Christ, some of them are already an hour long. Some of the Danganronpa ones are an hour and a half. The fuck do you want from us? We don't have time to watch all this shit. No. That's not what I'm doing. Instead, I'm doing something even longer than that you sure as hell don't have time to watch. Okay, for real though, I've noticed that the algorithms have favored certain content like this, so I'm kind of doing it as an experiment, and we'll see how it turns out. But because I've seen actually other YouTube channels do this, go back, take some of their older content, and kind of stitch it together into compilation videos. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on taking some of my older Let's Plays, starting with Soma, and I'm downloading all the episodes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those episodes and I'm going to stitch and edit them together into one long, continuous Let's Play. So it'd be the whole game from start to finish, because you know, right, some people, sometimes they like to throw up a Let's Play or something on YouTube and fall asleep to it. And I've known people in the past have told me that they'll put up a playlist of one of my Let's Plays, start watching, and then fall asleep like halfway through the Let's Play. That's what these long form videos are going to be more intended for. Is going to be intended for someone to throw on in the background late at night when they're going to sleep or trying to do something, you know, a more, I don't know how to explain it, but I've seen other YouTubers do this, take some of their content and stitch it into a more like curated video meant for people to fall asleep to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to introduce Let's Long Plays, starting with Soma. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it look like it's a long-running continuous thing. So you'll have the intro in the first episode and the outro in the last one, but the intro and outro will be cut out of every other episode so that it all flows together. But also, there's going to be some visual enhancements. I'm going to run a deblocking filter to cut out all the background pixelation and smudging. I'm going to increase the resolution to 1440p to maintain VP9 encoding so that it doesn't get compressed too heavily. I'm going to artificially increase the frame rate to make the image smoother. And I'm going to enhance some of the colors and brightness of the picture as well. Basically, it's going to be like I'm remastering my old Let's Plays, is what it is. Going from DVD to Blu-ray, if you will. So, So yeah, I'm basically remastering my old Let's Plays and releasing them as long-form videos that has all the episodes back-to-back in one video. And I'm going to start with Soma. So the first Let's Long Play will be Soma. So look forward to that if you're interested in it. But yeah, that's it for my updates. That's what's coming. That's what I'm doing. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the comments of the videos. Please, seriously, comment on the videos. It helps. It lets me know that you're watching.